Medway EPR, clinical noting, clinical referral, not including radiology. Clinical noting in Medway EPR is used to develop an integrated solution with workflow in the clinical services for capturing, viewing, and sharing clinical information. How does clinical noting work? By recording information on a patient that previously would have been recorded on paper. As the clinical note is electronic within the electronic patient's record, the information is then available to view in Medway anywhere within the trust. The information captured can be utilised with various different advanced tools within our business intelligence team, i.e. populate workbooks to support operational process. Automated generic email can be configured to be sent out without manual input, and if required can generate documents to third-party care providers, i.e. GP, community, etc. Clinical noting also allows the trust to run reports from the data entered. Clinical noting can be used to request a clinical referral, and this video covers the process for an endoscopy referral. This video does not cover the process for completing a clinical referral for radiology. Please ensure that you have viewed the Medway EPR view video prior to viewing this video. Training guides can be found on the Trust intranet. It is possible to create, view and edit a clinical referral clinical note from the outpatient reception screen, inpatient whiteboard and the patient's Medway homepage. The clinical referral clinical note from the patient reception screen. You will need to display the reception list for your clinic. If your Medway profile has been created to open up on the patient reception screen and session list filters have been created, then this will load automatically. Alternatively, click on the outpatient heading in the navigation pane, select View Patient Reception, and use the Clinic List tab to load your reception list by selecting the date, session, and location of your clinic. You may need to switch site to display the locations for the site of your clinic. From the patient reception list, right mouse click on your patient to display the context menu. You may need to scroll down the list to locate View Clinical Notes or Add Clinical Notes. Select Add Clinical Notes. A list of your favourite clinical notes will display. If the clinical note you require is not displayed, use the template name field to search. To mark the clinical note as a favourite, click on the grey star. Select the Clinical Referral Forms version 1.1. If required, select an entity. Click on Next and the Clinical Referral Form clinical note will load. Click on the drop-down list to select the required referral form. For today, we are going to complete an endoscopy referral. If required, it is possible to select more than one referral form. Once the endoscopy referral is selected, the forms for completion will display on the left. Either click on Next or the Endoscopy Referral tab to display the endoscopy referral form. As this referral is linked to an outpatient appointment, select Clinic as the site. Note that the clinic details have automatically loaded. Indicate the procedure required. More than one procedure can be selected. Complete the remainder of the mandatory fields on the endoscopy referral form, otherwise the form will not allow you to proceed or will not allow you to view to complete the remainder of the questions. Mandatory fields are marked with a red asterisk. Once all the mandatory fields are complete, you will need to confirm you have reviewed all the information by clicking Yes. Otherwise, you will not be able to approve the referral, and as a result, the admissions team will not action the referral. Once confirmed you have reviewed the referral, electronically sign the referral by clicking on Approved e-signature. Any referral not signed will create a delay in the booking process. Failure to complete all the required fields will result in the clinical referral not being processed. Based on the referral procedure and clinical need, you must complete the Endoscopy Bowel Cleansing Agent and Prescription tab. Click on Next or the Endoscopy Bowel Cleansing Agent and Prescription tab. Once all the mandatory fields are complete, you will need to confirm you have reviewed all the information by clicking Yes. Click Yes to confirm that the Endoscopy Bowel Cleansing Agent and Prescription form is complete. As part of pharmacy governance, you will need to enter the prescriber name, registration number, and date of approval. Once confirmed you have reviewed the prescription alongside prescriber's information, electronically sign the referral form by clicking on the Approved e-signature. Should the endoscopy procedure not require any bowel cleansing agent or prescription, then please indicate this by indicating prescription status not required. Any referral requiring bowel preparation without the prescription will result in a delay in the booking of the procedure. Once both forms, endoscopy referral and endoscopy bowel cleansing agent and prescription have been completed, you must click on Draft, which will submit to the admission team, and once it's been processed, it will be marked as complete. Click on Draft, which will save and submit the endoscopy referral for action. Should you wish to see historic endoscopy referrals, a link is provided in the live application. This is not available in our training system, but this is now shown on a PowerPoint slide. Note the referral feed in on 24 hours data refresh. Should you have any access issues using the link, please contact the Medway team. Direct access patients will be processed by the admissions team directly into Medway. Viewing or adding a clinical referral clinical note from the patient's Medway homepage. From the navigation pane, select Master Patient Index and search for patient. Display the patient's homepage. From the list in My Tasks, select View Clinical Notes. All clinical notes for the patient will display and can be viewed by clicking on the eye icon. Should you need to edit the clinical note, then click on Edit. To create a new clinical note, click on Add Clinical Note. A list of any clinical note you have saved as a favourite will display. Note that the Clinical Referral Forms version 1.1 is displayed as a favourite for you to select. From the drop-down, select Associated Entity Type. If the referral is not linked to an appointment or inpatient spell, you should select Patient. If the entity type is selected as outpatient appointment or inpatient, you will need to select the relevant activity episode. There is no requirement to select activity episode if patient is selected. select the required referral and display the endoscopy referral form for completion. If patient entity has been selected, you should select other clinical area in the site field. As before, complete all the required fields, including hospital, requesting consultant, and requesting specialty. As before, once the form is fully completed, you would click on Draft to save and submit. View in or add in a clinical referral clinical note from the inpatient whiteboard. From the navigation pane, select the inpatient whiteboard and display the ward that your patient is on. Right mouse click on your patient to display the context menu. You may need to scroll down to locate View Clinical Notes and add clinical notes.